All right, welcome to Eagle's Morning Rises Breakfast Show. Here we talk matters that concern newspapers, that concern politics and current affairs, that concern sports, as well as giving you social constructs, topical issues, all for a wonderful radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. And yes, we hold it down with the dial 102.3. 102.3, it is Eagles FM. Find us across social media platforms as we have a strong presence, and that will be on Facebook and YouTube. Particularly, we host an internationally accepted, globally rewarding, as well as a locally embracing television right there. Do well to give us some support, and we will indeed be grateful. And just to also let you in that you can also connect with us via the website at www.eaglesfm.com. www.eaglesfm.com. Keep in mind that we have an app where you can indeed find or reach us via on iOS and Play Store, right? So you can find us too as well. Right there. Okay, so let's. My name is Udwak Daniel, by the way, and compliments of the season. I mean, it is Christmas Eve, and with Christmas Eve comes the eve for a lot of things, a lot of experiences that we have experienced from the very start of the year, from the place of looking into the matters that concern the minimum wage. We have indeed talked about it. We have broken on it. We have protested over it, to the matters of concerning security, which of course we are still bantering on. Sadly, it's still a banter. We're indeed the House National Assembly, as House of Reps precisely, saying, oh, we don't agree. We don't think we can indeed put our signatures, put our faces, put our names on any document that says death penalty to terrorists when caught. That indeed has sent shock waves across the country. But then there is also the part where we have indeed been capped. Country of particular concern, CPC, by the United States. And just recently also, there has been a slow visa issuance to Nigerians who were hoping to go to the United States of America for one reason or the other. Recently again, we have also seen where the United States have conducted an aerial surveillance in parts of the northern states where insecurity fester. We have seen matters that concern electoral reforms. We've seen how 44 proposed laws will be deliberated on, or has been deliberated on. However, just recently also, in view of the tax reforms that's supposed to take off January 1st of 2026, even with all the bickering and the oppositions that have come, even the NBA has come in light to saying that, you know what, there should be a suspension of this tax law, especially when it comes to the execution of it. Come January 1, 2026, Mr. President says, I am adamant about this. There is no turning back. There's no going back. I put in a lot of thought into this, and it is to better the poor masses. Remember and recall that Mr. President was also quoted whilst giving a speech as to saying, let the poor breathe. This is part of effort in fulfilling that promise to ensure that the poor in Nigeria, the low-income earners, they breathe. So the more you earn, the higher your tax, the more taxable you become. Now, the NIN CAC numbers to become tax IDs from 2026. So the Federal Inland Revenue Service FIRS, they have announced that the National Identification Numbers, NIN, will serve as tax national identification or as tax identification number, TIN, for individuals. So Corporate Affairs Commission CAC registration numbers will now be used for businesses starting January 2026. So this move is aimed at simplifying tax administration to reduce duplication, to increase transparency. Now, if you recall, in Nigeria, we have struggled so much over the years with tax evasion and a narrow tax base. I mean, how do you explain that in this country, our citizens in various states of the Federation, the 36 states of the Federation, are paying taxes that number up to about 40, above 40 taxes? You and I are paying it. One way or the other, we are paying it. That's to state government. And then the taxes that goes to the federal government is about 9. With this new tax reform, what Mr. President is saying now is, okay, I am harmonizing all of these taxes. And I'll put them under 5 subtopics or subheads as payable tax. And then there will be a lot of exemptions for those who earn in a year below 800,000 naira. But those who earn whose earnings go into 1 point something, maybe 1.2 million above, yeah, you will be taxable. The VAT will still remain. There's going to be a lot of exempts for small businesses who at the end of the year have not raked in 50 million naira. There's an exempt. These are part of, and then especially those who evade taxes. So it is not enough to saying that, oh, the government is not doing this, we're not building roads, we're not fixing schools, we're not fixing hospitals, and all of that. And you are one who is defaulting, evading taxes, which is very essential in the smooth running of a society, of a country, of a nation. So we've had that for longer than we can even imagine. So this will be addressing the evasion and a narrow tax base that we've been practicing. So the introduction of TIN, tax identification number, in 2011 was aimed to address this. But multiple IDs and lack of integration hindered the effectiveness. So countries like Rwanda, Estonia, they've all successfully implemented unified identification systems. And all of that served as a model for Nigeria. For instance, 2019, Rwanda's Revenue Authority reported a 25% increase in tax revenue after implementing a unified identification system. So imagine you're trying to get a loan from a bank and they require a TIN, an NIN, or any other ID. Isn't it cumbersome? It is cumbersome, right? So this new tax system is simplifying that process, and it's making it easier for individuals and businesses to basically comply with tax regulations. So the FIRS, in their wisdom, in their research, in their submission, they have now announced that NIN will now replace the TIN for individuals, while CAC registration numbers will be used for businesses from January 2026. And that the yield, the gains, will be the fact that we will have a simplified tax administration. There will be no duplicity or duplication. There will be increased transparency. But let's hear what an Abuja resident had to say when we conducted a VO Vox Populi. One that particularly caught our mind is coming from an Abuja resident called Ahmed. Now, in his words, he says, and I quote, "So it means I won't need another ID. My NIN is enough. It's simpler. It reduces the bureaucracy." Now, this experience of this also shows the human impact of this change, and that it's going to be easy for individuals to comply with this tax regulations. But be that as it may, some questions, some concerns make it to the front burner. What of such concerns will be? And Nigerians are asking this, and I bet is in your heart right now. Will this tax system or tax ID system, will it effectively increase tax compliance and revenue in Nigeria? Will it effectively increase tax compliance and revenue in Nigeria? Another will be, how, in what way will the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, ensure that security and integrity of the National Identification Numbers, NIN, and the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC registration numbers used as tax IDs? How will the Federal Inland Revenue Service, how will they ensure the security and integrity of the National Identification Numbers, as well as the Corporate Affairs Commission registration numbers used as tax IDs? Another will be, what measures are there to support businesses, to support individuals in adapting to the new tax ID system? And how will these exemptions be handled? And the last question will now be, should we indeed begin in earnest this new tax reform come January 1 of 2026? Would it reduce the level at which we borrow, and, so to speak, mortgage the future of Nigerians? We have our guest, who's in the person of Mr. Benedict Olalekon Agunloye. Is an information expert, specialist, and of course, he has never shied away from adding his voice in matters that concern Nigeria's growth, prosperity, and development. Welcome aboard, Mr. Benedict.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Sir Benedict.
Good morning. Merry Christmas.
Yes. That's right. It's Christmas Eve today, and I'm sure that you've put all plans and all hands on deck for the big day tomorrow. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get into this. I mean, NIN CAC numbers to become tax IDs from 2026. Some questions come to mind, some concerns come to mind, while some are lauding the FIRS as well as the federal government and the Tinubu tax reform initiative that is to launch come January 1, 2026. Others are citing issues that concern whether or not the tax ID system will effectively increase tax compliance and revenue in Nigeria, whether or not and how will the Federal Inland Revenue Service ensure the security and integrity of the National Identification Numbers and Corporate Affairs Commission registration numbers used as tax? Is it going to be secured? Another would be, what measures will be put in place to support businesses, individuals in adapting to the new tax ID system, and whether or not these exemptions will be well handled. And the last will be, will this indeed dissuade this administration and even the coming administration from excessive borrowings? What are your thoughts on this new developments, Sir Benedict?
Well, number one, I think that whoever came up with the idea of using NIN and CAC number for tax possibly did a very nice thinking. I think that is good thinking.
Okay.
On the issue of security, it is not the business of FIRS. Whether it is used for tax or not, CAC has a responsibility to protect their database, and NIMC has a responsibility to protect their database. So basically, you will say that FIRS is only a user of that information. Okay. Otherwise, we would have had another round of sleepless nights of people queuing up to register TIN number. And I think that would have been absolutely unpalatable, even the kind of hiccups and challenges that people already have with all the registration we have done, from INEC to TIN to NIN. Every registration had always been an issue. So I think getting away from fresh registration will save cost, will save time, will save the people, will save health, and a lot of other benefits associated with it. I think that is great. Again, because you are going to be using NIN and CAC number, it means the issues of wrong identity will not come up, since no single company would have more than one registration number, incorporation number, and of course, no single individual will have more than one NIN. So when you base the tax on those two parameters, I think that we have taken a proper and great decision.
Right.
And that also means that for the purpose of correction, regularization, or anything, once the company has done its regularization with CAC, other records will be available to FIRS as a user, or the new body that will come up as the tax body or the tax regulator. The same thing goes for the NIN. Then generally on the issue of tax, I think that it is not because people don't want to pay tax. It is actually an issue of trust deficit between the government and the governed. It is not, because when you check it, what we are paying as tax as a people and as a nation is very low compared to what you see in other countries. But the question we should be asking is, what are the tax being used for? What is the evidence that whether it is the tax or it is the money that is borrowed are not being stolen or being taken by, diverted by individuals? So it is building that trust margin that will be most important for the government, which is to show the people, okay, this is the tax we have collected from this, and this is what we are doing with the tax. If it is the health sector you want to fund with it, if it is the education sector you want to fund, let's go ahead. Apart from the fact that paying education tax is compulsory, I am not too sure that anybody who is rational enough will contend with paying education tax. Going around our campuses, you will see so much that is being done using through the education, through tech fund, which means that whatever fund comes into that place at least have been partly utilized in funding infrastructure and training in the universities. So for me, I think using the numbers is great. You are not subjecting people, because already a lot of people were thinking, how do we get their 18 number by January? Right now, I'm sure that with this news, a lot of them would at least not develop high blood pressure.
Right.
They should be excited that what they have is going to be useful.
Right. Anyways, though, you've spoken comprehensive wisdom, but then again, this is not in isolation what we are doing in Nigeria, because countries like South Africa, Kenya use unified identification systems for tax purposes, and this has enhanced the compliance and revenue ratio. For instance, South Africa's SARS reported a 90% tax compliance rate in 2020. Now, there has been a matter that has been in the discourse over time. Even though it has not been very well pronounced, it has been about tax evasion. Do you think that this will indeed help to stem out, fish out, and ensure compliance with those who have evaded tax for so long a time?
Yes, it should. If we are now, you need to file reports with CAC every now and then we also know that your NIN cannot change. A lot of other things could have changed previously, but with NIN there, with BVN, with the new system, I think that we should be able to reduce the possibility of tax evasion to a large extent. But like I said clearly about tax, it is actually building that trust. If you build the trust, the people will commit to paying it. But as long as the trust deficit between the government and the governed remain, there would always be some measure of challenges. We know a number of countries are very strict, but we also know that people, by different narrations, you are buying products in China and the narration is saying you are giving welfare to a student, right? Eventually, the country there cannot correctly capture the tax on such transaction because it has been branded student welfare. So tax evasion, tax avoidance are things that will continue to happen. But I think that the rules should also be getting stronger to ensure that such menace and such practices are handled. But to a large extent, what we have now, if implemented, should reduce the number of people evading tax, because there would now have been a system in place to actually challenge the process. Previously, the new rules, I think, give a very good basis for enforcement, and we then look forward to the tax authority to make proper use of what is now available to ensure that more tax is captured for the benefit of everyone.
So let me just quickly ask this one, and then we'll just go on a short break and come back. This will be about, what is your personal thoughts on the new tax reform as against what we have now? Are you there? Hello? Okay, well, we will get through with him in a short bit, but let's just get out, pay some bills. When we do come back, indeed, we will get to hear from you loudly and clearly. Don't go away.
Competitions? They don't exist. With Eagles, you soar.
Any money where I get, I deflect, I go, the best.
My dream is my dream is shopping with you in Montego.
Eagles 102.3 FM, your radio experience you can count on.
One Way Homes and Shelters Limited, a real estate company. We be Baba for properties. Our properties national best.
Please listen to this important infomercial. It's Paul's time on radio. Abuja, Powell Homes and Shelters Limited has come with a vision of transforming housing through innovation, style and integrity. At Powell Homes and Shelters Limited, we deliver affordable luxury, comfort and reliability in real estate. We offer genuine lands, elegant homes, modern designs and flexible payment plans to make your dream home a reality. Visit us today and experience excellence you can trust. Our address is number 52, Suez Crescent, Abacha Estate, Wuse Zone 4, Abuja. You can call us on telephone number 081-510-20000 or 080-925-70000. The number to call us once again is 081-510-20000 or 080-926-70000. Now let's hear what your sister and veteran Nollywood actress Patience Ozoko, Mama G, has to say about this company.
My people, my name is Patience Ozoko, popularly known as Mama G. G for General. Do you want to buy genuine lands and other properties and need a brand you can trust? Think Powell Home and Shelters Limited. With a reputation built on honesty and reliability, we ensure your investment is secured. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing personalized service tailored to your needs. Join countless of satisfied customers who have found their dream properties with us. For inquiries, please call 0815 102 0000 or 0809 257 0000. We can get you property from any part of Nigeria. Think real estate, think Powell.
Thank you, Mama G, for that wonderful talk. Remember, our office is at number 52, Suez Crescent, Abacha Estate, Wuse Zone 4, Abuja. We also have branches in Enugu, Owerri, Oka, and Asaba, and Nairobi. Think real estate, think Powell.
Powell Homes and Shelters Limited, a real estate company. We be Baba for properties. Our properties national best. Invest your money, create a better future. A real estate company. We be Baba for properties. Real estate, our properties national best. Powell Homes and Shelters Limited, a real estate company. We be Baba for property. Our priority is to satisfy our client to the best.
Are you in Canada, USA, UK, or Germany? Guess what? Home isn't as far as you think. Nigeria is just one click away. At Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja, we bring you that authentic vibe, latest news, hot entertainment, sports gist, kiddie shows, and all the flavors that feel just like home. It's pure Niger energy, anytime, anywhere. No matter where you are in the world, you can vibe with us live. Just download the Eagles FM app on Android or iOS and keep the connection alive. Because home is where Eagles FM is.
Your number one radio experience you can count on. Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Things they happen for our community, eh?
Now I can recoup back all the money I have spent on this annoying family.
Hey, yeah. That woman own don't finish. My dear, let's go and greet them, okay? Hey! Join Media Coalition and Awareness to hold trafficking, MICAS, on I Wish I Knew radio drama and program every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Join us to kick human trafficking out of our society. I Wish I Knew radio drama and program is brought to you by MICAS and funded by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Denmark.
This one now Pampa, this one now Elele. It never happened before. Magic season promo from Team Pumpy Concepts. Develop our weekend.
Now so, no ask us for Team Pumpy Concept how we go do it. It could be like magic. Only change us with some on our 60% discount on all our products. We call them Magic Season promo. Now you go take the lion's share. Hey, people don't the rush up everywhere. Our land the way they capsana, Gusa pay, Akugude. Plus include your chara land the way we get for you. Now what time now? This Obundia wolf go finish. We don't kickstart them from Wednesday, December 10. Go reach January 7, 2026 New Year. No dull yourself for this festive season. This na magical way to wrap up the year. Come we office way day number 12 from Morofia Street. We sit to Abuja. Tell you why now 090-5454-5468 080-5288-8007 or 090-7917-7774. T-Pumpy Concept. Developer that cares.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. It is Eagles Morning Rises Breakfast Show, and we're looking into the front page of Nigerian newspapers this morning and bringing you up to speed in on it. Now, there is a new development that comes in view of the tax reform bill, the tax reform law that is supposed to be executed or take off January 1 of 2026. And the development also carries the fact that NIN CAC numbers now will become the tax IDs from 2026. So the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, announced this. And of course, for the Corporate Affairs Commission registration numbers, they were used for businesses, and that's starting from January of 2026. And our guest has been Mr. Benedict Olalekan Agunloye, as he has also thrown his weight in the matter. But are there great areas that you find worth mentioning? You might as well want to hit us up now and talk to us and let us know your thoughts laid bare, in black and white. 0907-353-0044 is the number for you. The other number would be 0908-766-8888, and the WhatsApp portal number is 0909-705-4450. Now, there are some implications, to this. I mean, one of such will be the fact that it will increase tax revenue, improve transparency, it will enhance financial inclusion, it will reduce tax evasion, it will increase trust in government. But then expectations the Nigerians have is that, hey, as much as it does increase tax revenue, we also expect that it will increase tax compliance, it will improve revenue allocation, it should enhance accountability, simplify tax processes, better public services. These are our expectations as Nigerians. Hello, good morning.
I'm Olatunji calling from Cuba. Compliment of the season.
That's right, compliment of the season to you too, my brother. Talk to us.
Okay, I think it's good that when we learn, we try to understand and share some of our thoughts, because that's what we need to shoot out. Because I think it's a very welcome idea, because it will give a accurate data planning that we have been yapping for. There is no accurate planning. I think this tax system will bring a accurate data planning, you understand? So, and I, even though to individuals, it will assist, because how many people can even coordinate themselves on daily expenses basis, on a daily based expenses? So I think this tax system, because I can count how many people are just spending lavishly on beer or all those things. And if you gather those things together to round up annually, it's not too much to tax, because if we don't help this government, people that are yearning that it is against be allowed, because they are trying to put this government into collapse or all this transfer, because see, this government has borrowed food, and that will make them to tax, nowhere to tax from, because there is no infrastructure on ground. All this infrastructure, they will take time to yield. And the one we are the revenue we are on now is not even stable. People are complaining, no money. So I think they should give them time, and this tax reform should be allowed, because it will even help individuals. For example, what I need to even to pass on is about some small scale enterprises that they end up to that 900 they fall into. For example, like me also, which I've asked questions that we need a consultant, and think in that side of consultants will be rowdy, because not many people that will be able to. And now think if that could be a platform that or application for phone that will be, because open the way for the accountant or even bank not to act as a money or transaction institution, to helping us to in terms of tax collection or improvement, because the banks now they'll be able to be a consultant or through application on phones. So I think it will go a long way. It will help to even pushing and I address some challenge. I think individuals need to just adapt.
Okay.
So it helps in social ways and even economical instant people to manage themselves.
Okay.
You know, that's
yeah. Appreciate that one from you, Olatunji, all the way from Cuba, right there. And yeah, it talks about adaptability, very, very crucial, because quite a number of persons been asking, questions that border around adaptability. How many businesses? I mean, it means that there's going to be a change of how things are done. In the process, I mean, will businesses adapt to the new tax system? Because there might be potential initial disruptions. These are the, concerns the Nigerians are having, right? But you can still keep the calls coming through. I see this call coming through. Let's go take it. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Patrick.
Patrick, where are you calling from?
Calling from Light Farm.
All right, Patrick, let's get into it. 1 minute, please.
Well,
yeah.
I don't really know the nitty-gritty of this new tax law.
Okay. It's an harmonization of all of the taxes, many taxes that we've been paying. So Mr. President saying, you know what, in his wisdom, let's just simplify it and also give some tax exempt, to certain persons.
But the result, one of the results is it will mean more deduction from Nigerians, right?
Well, it will mean deductions from those. The more you earn, is how you'll be deducted. That's what it means.
Now,
unlike before.
Okay. Now, so how are we sure of, apart from compliance, how are we sure of the trust? Because I heard one of the things you said that it will achieve is trust in government, transparency, and all that. I think it's the same thing they said when they wanted to take away subsidy.
Right.
Fine, we are talking about January 1. It's something we've not even seen. We don't even know what will happen the next minute. What about the ones that's happening right now? You removed subsidy and promised all sorts of things, but we've not seen any of those things. And the money is right here. Now, we're talking of tax reforms that's going to bring more money and revenue to the country. Are they trying to fund their excesses? Are they trying to fund their this what's it called, the running cost of government? Because I don't see anything. I don't. It's been years that I believed this government. I think started during Buhari's time. Now you're going to increase tax and do this, and they are telling us it's going to be just like they said for Band A and for Band B. But people in Band B are still paying money that Band A are supposed to be paying, and they're saying it's some sort of mix-up. There's always going to be a mix-up. People that are not supposed to be taxed in this particular regime of taxes will be taxed, and it's still going to be more burden on the already overburdened Nigerians.
Okay, I get
that. And you've not provided anything. Okay, why are you taxing in the Western world? If they tax or increase taxes, you see what is being done and the reasons why they're even increasing taxes in the first place. You said you want to remove subsidy and you're going to give us roads and all that. We haven't seen those things. So now you're bringing more reasons to take more from the already impoverished Nigerians. It's annoying, and it's a very terrible and very heartless New Year gift.
Understood.
If you ask me.
Right.
You don't do that.
No. Okay.
You're worsening what the legs are. We are standing on one leg, and you're still trying to break even that one leg that we're standing on, and giving us reasons, lofty reasons that we know it's not going to be possible, because Nigerian governments always give you lofty reasons to believe them, and in the end they turn back and do what they only gratify themselves.
So dear brother, you're saying that the government cannot be trusted finally, based on your past antecedents. Okay.
It's not even right for you to do this tax now, because we don't even see what you use the former tax regimes for.
Okay. All right. Let's leave it there.
Increasing taxes, why are you bringing new things?
Yeah. Let's leave it there.
Nigerians dry more.
For want of time. Appreciate that one. Why are you increasing the tax? He says. Why are you bringing more hardship to Nigerians who are already struggling to stand on one leg, is what he says right there. And that. But the crucial point, or the critical point of what he says is, look, where is the trust? Can we really trust the government? And I think the guest had done judiciously well in putting that out too as well. The people need to see that this is working, and we need to trust. But is this tax reform going to be more burden to Nigerians? I really doubt that. I haven't gone through it too. I don't see. I think it's only going to help Nigerians even more. I mean, I think we need to also have a proper understanding of what this tax reform law is all about. I'll just take this last one and we call it a close. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Mr. John.
Mr. John. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Kaduna, sir.
All right, talk to me, Mr. John. In fact,
You
30
see,
seconds, 30
this
seconds,
is
30
more-
seconds.
This is more,
All right.
This is more hardship. More hardship they want to bring for the masses.
More hardship, okay. Okay.
Just like the town that tell us that when they come out subsidy, no more borrowing money. No more borrowing money. Everything will be okay. Now they're borrowing and borrowing, and the subsidy is there removing. You see, what is that we, the masses, will already know the problem of Nigeria. The problem of Nigeria is those our leaders, they take us as a business as usual. I get me.
Okay.
They just be there and sharing our money and speaking English for us. Okay, this starts now. This starts now. They want to implement it by January 1. This is more hardship are coming.
But Mr. John, do you really understand what the new tax reform is about? I don't think you have sight, understanding of it. Because there are a lot of reductions.
Even from the bank,
Mr. John, wait now.
Any money we remove, they will be taxed.
Okay.
So,
okay.
You see, let me tell you one thing.
Well, Mr. John, I can't go any further. I can't go any further, Mr. John, but I appreciate your thoughts, on this, as that there are other programs outlined, today, in the next minute and all. But thank you far too kind. But I also want to implore us to have a proper understanding. I mean, we've had a conversation about this tax reform law that's supposed to be taken off January 1 of 2026. And if we do have that, twice we had that conversation on here, it does mean that we should be able to see the pros and see lesser of the cons, in this tax law, right? But then the very basic concern, one of the keys to this conversation will be the fact that the FIRS, in its wisdom, has said, rather than the ambiguity that we've been facing, I mean, the whole lineup here and there, the chaos that this usually causes, how things go in Nigeria, and all the lack of coordination. Before you know it, they say power supply is out, we need a generator, we can't power it, one excuse or the other, and then it halts businesses, it affects individuals and all. They say they'll be using the NIN for individuals, and of course the corporate affairs numbers for corporate entity, to seek compliance, to ensure productivity, to ensure better taxation. And of course, those who have been evading the tax will also be fished out. They will have no place to hide. I think these are the pros, but then that's what the conversation is about. But thank you far too kind. We'll still be monitoring to see how far and how well these matters go. And as they come through, we will indeed bring it to you right here and on here. Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja it is. Good morning still.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.